everyone who is here present for this great event, the Second African Symposium on Big Data Analytics and Machine Intelligence, and the 6th TIAN International Thematic Workshop, themed Data Science for Solution-Driven and Sustainable Response to Current Developing World Challenges. We want to introduce briefly our guests who are here. Dr. Yin Li, the chair of the Tuas Young Affiliate, Professor Yin Li, the chair of the Tuas Young Affiliate Network, all the way from Beijing, is here with us. And the director of ComSat is also here with us, all the way from Pakistan. Dr. Junaid Zaidi from the ComSat Secretariat, and Dr. Ruth Lennon is also here with us, the ACM Women Chair in Europe, and all the other eminent personalities who are here. I want to take the opening address. On behalf of the organizers, I welcome all speakers and participants to the Second African Symposium and 6th TIAN International Thematic Workshop. This is the second edition of Symposium on Big Data, Analytics, and Machine Intelligence in Africa. TIAN had held series of thematic workshops in Argentina, Malaysia, South Africa, Nigeria, and Tunisia. The 6th one has to hold virtually because of the pandemic situation that has limited physical presence in events. The idea of this year's theme, Data Science for Solution-Driven and Sustainable Response to Current Developing World Challenges, was inspired by the situation of COVID-19 pandemic that emerged in November 2019 and ravaged most countries of the world this year. This situation led to several scientists rising to combat the emerging pandemic with different research attempts, ranging from the search for vaccines, ventilators, potent drugs, contact tracers, automatic predictors, among others. Data science has been found to play a prominent role in response to COVID from different perspectives, including modeling and forecasting the spread, predictive analytics in risk profiling, social network analysis for contact tracing, and machine learning for prediction, among others. This pandemic, along with lockdown measures, also came with other challenges that affected education, agric, and other areas, hence placing a contest on sustainable development. In response to this event emerged. A call came asking for submissions from people, and eventually it led us to an aggregated set of 6 themes in this symposium. They are namely data science for COVID response and impact, data science and sustainability issues, data science for health-related applications, data analytics for solution-oriented results, theoretical concepts of data science and other applications, and data science considering a multidisciplinary view. In this symposium, we have 4 keynote speakers, 5 plenary speakers, 11 invited, and then we have a session on SDG, making a total of 21 speakers and senior speakers. We have 6 moderators of our workshop who are all TIAN members, with 22 oral speakers and then 42 posters, representing 30 countries of the world. The interactive workshops will address a way forward on young scientists' interaction and collaboration, and also advancing science for sustainability in the developing world. All these events support the goal of the TUAS Young Affiliates Network, TYAN, by gathering young scientists who will receive motivation by the talks of the established and eminent scientists. The strengths of these younger ones can be harnessed to address the challenges facing the developing world while increasing knowledge and building capacity. The planning came with a number of challenges, as we have very few TYAN members in this research area. But immense thanks to our mother body that provided the opportunity to interact with a number of established scientists in this field who make part of the speakers at this symposium. We acknowledge the TUAS Executive Director, Professor Romain Murezi, and Dr. Max Paoli, who will also be speaking in this event, for always being there for TYAN. Our appreciation goes to the following regional partners: TUAS Sub-Saharan African SAREP, Latin America and the Caribbean, and Arab regional partners. Mr. Stanley Mafosa and Kolani Mfiza, and all our speakers from all these regions. We also thank COMSAT, Commission on Science and Technology for Sustainable Development in the South from Pakistan, the Executive Director, Dr. Junaid Zaidi, and Mr. Baba Sultan for their support. We appreciate the ACM Women Chair of Europe, Dr. Ruth Lennon, for being an encouragement, agreeing to speak, and for supporting the hackathon event that will be going on concurrently with the symposium today. 13 participants registered for the hackathon event. We also appreciate the Nigerian Academy of Science, facilitated by the Executive Secretary, Mr. Odubanjo, for supporting this event, and Professor Ladipo for being here with us in spite of his tight schedule. We cannot but be grateful to all our distinguished speakers who agreed to join us as they contribute to building the developing world in spite of our challenges. Great thanks to the Vice Chancellor and Principal of University of Johannesburg, Professor Mawala, and all the other speakers. We will be mentioning you one by one by the time you start speaking. We really appreciate your the time you set apart to be with us at this event. We are indeed very grateful. I want to appreciate the Vice Chancellor of the Federal University of Technology, Akure, Professor Joseph Adiola Fuakwe, for his great support towards the success of this event, the Dean, and all the staff of the School of Computing. I also recognize the other TYAN organizing chairs, Professor Emil Chimusa and Professor Franco Cabrerizo, for their immense support. They have sacrificed heavily for this event to be successful. I also want to thank the executive board members of the TUAS Young Affiliates Network, led by our able chair, Professor Yin Lee, who is here present with us, who would also be sharing some comments with us at this opening. I want to thank Professor Sok-Chin Chiun, who will also be moderating in one of the workshop sessions. She's a co-chair and she has been very supportful. I want to also appreciate Professor Patricia Zancan from Brazil, who has also facilitated the cooperation of the Brazilian Academy of Sciences and the speakers from the Latin American region. I'm grateful to Professor Yusuf, who was also very helpful for us last year, and some of the speakers facilitated by his institute, the Institute, ISME Institute of Technology, are also here with us. Dr. Selma Tekir, she has been very supportful in the program committee, along with Dr. Mustafa Osuzal. I'm also grateful to Professor Colette Dandara, who would also be partaking, be one of the moderators at the workshop section. My appreciation goes to Professor Jalila from Tunisia, who has also been a supportive friend in all our programs. I appreciate the program committee members for their great committed and unflinching support towards the success of this event. Thanks goes to Professor Fred Azite, who is also a TYAN member from Ghana. I want to thank all the support staff who have also been very, very helpful. Dr. Sarumi, Dr. Gabriel, and all the others who have been very helpful for us, and Dr. Isinkaye. We appreciate the Directorate of the Computer Resource Center, FUTA, for facilitating technical support for the event. Thanks to all the participants in attendance. I hope we will seize the opportunity of the symposium and workshop to learn new things, initiate collaborations, and build friendships for career advancement. I therefore wish everyone an enriching scientific experience. Thank you all. Now we want to go to the next item. We want to hear the remarks by our TYAN chair, Professor Yin Lee. Welcome, Professor.
Thank you, Bonani. I just want to let you know, you just delivered a wonderful, wonderful opening speech. Just very awesome. So congratulations. So respected Dr. Zaidi, it's very nice to meet you here virtually. Respected Dr. Lennon, thank you for your support to this virtual workshop. It's been delighted to meet you here.
Professor Yin Lee?
Yeah. Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, I can now.
Yeah, I'm speaking, yeah. So I just want to start by thanking all the organizing committee members who made great efforts for organizing this fantastic symposium at this difficult time of COVID-19. We had this symposium organized under the leadership of Bonani last year, but this year things changed. So I'm delighted to see that under such difficult circumstances, we are still able to organize a group of distinguished speakers and give speeches and exchange ideas online. So Bonani and your colleague, you and your colleague did a great job. Thank you very much. I also want to mention a few words on TYAN, the TWAS Young Affiliate Network, for those of you who are not very familiar with this organization. It is an organization under the umbrella of TWAS, who many of you are very familiar with that. And TWAS Young Affiliates are actually a group of outstanding young scientists from developing countries, covering all the field of natural science and a little bit on the humanities science as well. Back to 13 years ago, the TWAS Young Affiliate was selected a 25-person overall per year, I mean globally, but the little is done and nobody knows each other. So in 2016, many enthusiastic young scientists, when we were in Luanda, in Kigali, so we kicked off this TYAN. So try to build up a connection among those outstanding young scientists. At that time, we don't know each other neither. So we set up this organization, so we get some funding from Lenovo, a personal computer company from China under the TWAS leadership. At that time was Professor Chunli Bai, who was the president of the Chinese Academy of Sciences, was also supported by Professor Hassan, who is now the president of TWAS, and many TWAS colleagues. So we set up a strategic goal. Say we try to know each other in the first year, and we try to do something in the second year, and we try to deliver something in the third year. So now the fourth year, we are now in the fourth year of the TYAN, and we're very happy that we have more than 100 TWAS young affiliates connected. And many of us started to know each other just through this very important TITO, the TYAN International Thematic Workshop, where we are holding the sixth TYAN workshop on artificial intelligence, machine intelligence, big data analytics, etc. So this TITO, this TYAN International Thematic Workshop is just great because we gather more than 30 people, not only TWAS young affiliates, but also prominent scientists along the globe So we know each other on the science, also socially to each other. So we started to do some collaboration. I'm delighted to tell you the fact that over the last year, about 30 Towards Young affiliates from 20 countries distributing just everywhere in the world. They have just published together more than 20 research papers through this collaboration. So the TIDA is just a very excellent and even outstanding catalyst to catalyze collaboration among Towards Young affiliates. So the president of TOAS, Professor Muhammad Hassan, was delighted to know this progress. He said that this is just a remarkable inter-regional and inter-country achievements made by TN. We're also very delighted to these achievements. And this is achieved by many efforts played by the TOAS Young affiliates members and also the executive committee members, which together with me are pushing the collaboration among the young affiliates. We're not only catalyzing the collaboration among young affiliates, we're also catalyzing the interlinking and making connection of the young affiliates with outstanding scientists from different countries. So TIDA has been proven to be an effective approach for catalyzing this. So although we are facing COVID-19, this global challenge, we are also very happy that we could continue this dialogue online. So we also organized, mainly driven by Dr. Franco Cabri-Rizzo, who paid a great attention together with his colleagues, and also Patricia Zenken and many Towards Young affiliates, to organize a series of different online symposiums on the area of, for instance, groundwater, on the phytochemistry, also on the math science, and this is big data. So, and we have more to come. So finally, I also want to comment on as we are committed to international cooperation from different perspectives, but now we're also knowing that international cooperation are facing some challenges because we can only meet online, which in some cases we feel a little bit regrets because we want to meet in person, but this has been challenging and will be for a while. So, which means the traditional mode for international collaboration has encountered some challenges. Then what will flow? So people's flow are restricted, but data can flow, money can flow, information can flow. So with those things, we know that data science is really important to drive international collaboration in the post-COVID era. So I say this is a great program designed by Polanyi and her colleagues, but I would add just one point, that data science is also critically important for driving and catalyzing international cooperation in the post-COVID-19 era. So with these words, I hope I trust that the symposium will have a great success, and I hope the speakers, the participants will gain a lot from those presentations, and let's continue our dialogue and to catalyze more cooperation. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Lee, for your kind words. Please, Ruth, is your
Thank you
turn.
very much, able chair. We are very happy for that inspirational address. Thank you. We want to listen to the remarks by the ACM Women Chair, Dr. Ruth Lennon from Ireland. Thank you, Prof.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the event. I think this is a fantastic opportunity. I was delighted to hear the remarks of Professor Lee with regard to the success of the program, because I think that's really important. I think that we need to work together to form networks. In COVID-19, we have all been given quite a shock. And yes, it has risen that we have to look at our data a lot more. But it also gives us new opportunities to network. Perhaps we can attend events that we might not otherwise have been able to take time out of our busy schedules to attend. Brilliant events such as this one. we're giving ourselves the opportunity to network with new people, albeit not face-to-face, but we can still make those links. At a time when things settle down, we can then go and meet in person. But for now, we can still establish those links. And events like this are so important to give the opportunities to new people, new researchers, young students coming through the network. Let's give them the chance to make these new connections. The ACMW Europe is a network of professional people in computing and engineering related technologies. In the ACMW, we focus on providing opportunities for women because we find that between 10 and 15%, and rather often significantly lower than that, of women get an opportunity to work in such areas. So we try to provide supports where we can. There are many events that we hold, and even simple things, setting out a newsletter to give information about what events are going on. So for example, today's event was communicated throughout Europe simply by putting messages out on our Facebook pages, in our newsletter, and so on. So people are becoming more aware of what's out there. What are the opportunities that arise? Let's establish a network amongst ourselves to see what happens, what jobs are out there, what other events are out there that we can point our students at. Maybe their research comes nicely in line with another student's research. Can we hook those students up together so that they can network and work together on something greater? Again, Professor Lee talked about some wonderful publications opportunities for the students. It's very hard to establish new opportunities for publications unless you can make those network connections. And the onus really is on us to try and provide the opportunities for the students. Now it's up to the students to take the opportunities when they arise, but there are still opportunities out there. Having a look at the program for this event, we notice that it covers a good range from everything from Lipica's sustainable agricultural practices right up to COVID. And I was delighted to see that there was actually some talks on post-COVID, because there will be an end to it. And we need to focus on how are we going to get to that end point and what are the positive things that we can take out of this. We can make new network connections. We can use the data science. We can be more aware of what it is we're doing. But we also have to be a little bit careful about how we use that data and not allow any forms of disruption in the data, or worse, corruption in the data. Whilst my talk might focus on that, which seems a rather negative thing, I would focus on instead the positivity of it. How can we share data and be safe with sharing our data? How can we use this in a good way to establish new fields of research? Because when we combine our data, when we think about what we've got, there's a lot to offer. As I say, I'm delighted to be here at this event because I think this event and many like it provide opportunities that might not have otherwise been exposed to students, to seasoned researchers and others. So let's take the opportunity, let's connect, let's listen to all the wonderful talks that are out there. So I'll finish up on that because I know we're running short on time and I don't want to spend too long on it, but well done everybody, well done to the team. Thank you for the great work of Professor Lee and everybody in Tuan, and I look forward to the rest of the event.
Thank you, Dr. Ruth Lennon. We need to be more aware and be careful of how we use data. Thank you very much. We go to the remarks by Executive Director of ComSat, Dr. SM Junaid Zaidi. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, and very good morning to you all in Africa and Latin America. And here, good afternoon to the people who are participating from Asia. I am very delighted to be here this morning and to see what you people are doing in this current area of technology. I would like to really appreciate the organizer for choosing this topic. And I'm personally grateful to Dr. Gulan Lee for the executive member of TIAN, and also Professor Lin Ji regarding this organization. And also I would like to thank ACM and Ruth for participating in this very event. I was just browsing the program. It has been very nicely arranged, and I'm really very surprised to see that how you managed to gather so many qualified and talented people. And the people who would be participating in this workshop or this webinar, they will really be benefiting from the knowledge and expertise of the presenter. The keynote speakers are really top class, and also the other presentations are very good. I would like to thank TWAS, I would like to thank TYAN, and I would like to thank other organizers for taking this initiative. Taking the opportunity, let me just try to take this, that ComSats is based in Pakistan. There are 27 member countries at the moment, Asia, Africa, and Latin America, and we are working for sustainable development, mostly in the area of South. And our focus is science and technology, and these new technologies which are coming up, big data and data analytics, we are working on that one. In Pakistan, where we are based, we have established a strong base of data centers, and also the internet facilities, top-class internet facilities are provided. Now, with this COVID, which is coming up, which has come up, and which is also not leaving us at the moment, we are providing telehealth facilities, and we are also providing the education, tele-education you can say from here. So this sort of platform has been provided by ComSat. And ComSat has got 24 centers of excellence and which are working in different areas. You will be very happy to know that we have established a center, ComSat Center of Excellence in Indonesia. ITS, there is a university there, and in that we have established this center on artificial intelligence and robotics. Now, artificial intelligence and robotics can only be made possible if we have got good system for big data or data analytics. And we are working here in Pakistan. We have established a university in ComSat University, and which are taking care of this data analytics, and they are establishing a different department of data analytics where the students from all the developing countries can take benefit in that very area. I would once again like to thank you and giving me this opportunity, and I would like to listen to the speakers who are really there. And I have requested my other colleagues who are expert in this field, and they will be participating with us. And I'm very happy to see in the morning 51 participants already there, which are registered on the internet. Thank you very much, Dr. Bulanli. It's very nice of you. And thank you very much, Professor Bey.